Jeremy Smith here from Lindner's Angling Edge and Fishing Edge, and ice fishing season is here. That means it's time to bust out the ice auger, and there's nothing worse than hitting the ice for the first time and having equipment failure. So I want to show you how easy it is for anyone to use seafoam motor treatment to make sure that your engines always start fast, they always run smooth, and they always have plenty of power to get the job done. Tip number 1, add seafoam to every fresh tank of fuel. Gasoline deteriorates quickly, and ice augers often go several weeks without use. By adding seafoam to every tank, you can eliminate the 3 most common engine problems. Seafoam helps engines start fast by protecting fuel from evaporation and the loss of light ignition vapors. Seafoam helps to keep your engines running clean and smooth by preventing or dissolving the formation of gum and varnish residues. Seafoam is always protecting engine parts from wear and corrosion by adding petroleum lubricity to the entire fuel system. So tip number 2, how to overcome a gummed up carburetor. Fresh fuel is the key to having your ice augers run the best they possibly can, and that really goes for all small engines because it only takes a few weeks for those light ignition vapors to evaporate, leaving behind gum and varnish. So whether you've got a 2-stroke ice auger or a newer 4-stroke like this, almost all ice augers have a carburetor intake. Those are exposed to the atmosphere, making them particularly prone to sticky fuel gums. If your engine won't start or runs rough, try this. Remove the old fuel from the tank and drain the carburetor bowl. Then add a partial tank of fresh fuel and a cleaning dosage of seafoam. With seafoam mixed in the fuel tank, rope pull the engine 4 or 5 times to draw the fuel and the seafoam into the carburetor. Then leave the engine sit overnight and allow the seafoam to dissolve any fuel residues from the carburetor. Once the engine starts, the seafoam in the tank will continue to clean and help restore lost engine performance. Here's the final tip, what to do at the end of the season. I like to treat all my carburetor intakes with seafoam spray at least once a year. Here's what I do at the end of the season. When I'm ready to put my auger away, I add a little more seafoam to the tank, and with the engine running, I spray a series of 4 or 5 bursts of seafoam spray into the carburetor throat. Then a final fogging burst to drown out the intake. With seafoam in the tank and carburetor and seafoam spray in the chamber area, the entire fuel system is protected and lubricated for long-term storage. Oh yes, look at that. Jumbo, huh? Isn't it nice when you're not fighting your equipment and you can get out and start pounding fish instead of hassling with your gear? You know, remember, seafoam is made from highly refined petroleum. You can't harm an engine with it, and you can't add too much to fuel. So, put it in your gear, and you're going to be out having fun and not fighting with your stuff.